Back at it again. RIC and the place to be. Ric Serritella here, going all access with Jonathan Abram as we welcome him back to the States, fresh off his USO tour, something the NFL has been doing for over the past 50 years. And he was out in Japan embedding himself in the community, visiting our military troops. And he's here to talk about his experience. Jonathan, thanks for checking in. Welcome back. How are we doing today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you guys for having me. It was an amazing trip. So glad to be a part of this. Thank God for the NFL for considering me and Roquan. It was an amazing opportunity to go over and kind of see the impact that you have on the families and and the troops who've been deployed over there. So it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures floating around social media. It looked like you had just as much fun as the soldiers and the people in the community. And while you were showing support of the military, you were also out there doing Play 60 events, getting to know the people in the community of Japan. And listen, NFL, people might not realize this. This is a popular explosion right now going on in the popularity of the NFL. How was the feedback? How did the people of Japan embrace your presence there?
Um, I mean, the people of Japan. Excuse the chicken in the background. The people of Japan. Uh, just seeing the warm feel, and the love that they gave me and Roquan, it was amazing. It felt like an extension of the U.S. If I'm going to be quite frankly honest. Those guys and the families, they were so excited. Some people over there they've been deployed for 3, 4 years, and then just the locals themselves, they were trying to show us all the culture of Okinawa, the food places. They took us out to some amazing spots at night. Showed us some very amazing sights like the botanical gardens. One of the things we got to go see. Some of the little beaches that they have set up. But overall, I think it took us in with open arms, and I look forward and hopefully they get another USO NFL partnership to go back over there because they certainly deserve it.
Very cool talking to Jonathan Abram off his USO experience out in Japan. And, we just had the 4th of July. I know the soldiers appreciated your visit along with Roquan Smith out there and talk about just being able to uplift the military presence out there, give them, I saw the smiles on their faces. It looked like it was a good kind of break, a mental break, at least for a short period of time, considering everything they're doing for us, our freedom, and our great country.
Yeah, no, I mean just talking about like you said, the uplift and the raising spirits. I think that was the probably the most gratifying and satisfying thing that we got to actually see. It's like I said, some of those guys been deployed 3, 4 years. Especially with the whole COVID situation. Some of their families haven't been home in years, and then on top of that, um, also being over there, the people from Okinawa, some of them they never had the interaction with an actual NFL player. And then considering the fact that they're also a day ahead in time, so a lot of times those guys and their families don't really get to see our games. So they're usually watching it at 3 a.m. on a Monday morning, where they don't really, some people are waking up, some aren't. But just seeing how happy they were and the smiles that we put on their faces, I think that was the greatest satisfying part of it.
What a great experience. Well, thank you for doing that, Jonathan. We appreciate everything you're doing off the field as well as on the field. And it looks like you're back to work. What are you down on the ranch? I hear some
Yeah, I'm
roosters
down on
in
the
the
ranch right
background.
now.
What's
That's why
going
you
on?
keep hearing the chickens crowing in the background right now. They asking for some food.
All right, let's make that happen. But first, I do got to ask you, were you camp soon? A lot of people want to talk about your new quarterback, Derek Carr, down there in New Orleans. Have you had a chance to get to know him? You had a little bit of
I mean,
OTAs,
hell,
I
I had the
believe.
chance to know Derek Carr. Come on, I've been with him for the last 4 years of my career. So, he played a vital role in me actually deciding to go to New Orleans. Also with it being close to home, that was another reason. But just being around Derek, Derek is a great guy. He lifts my morale. He's brought me closer to God. Just kind of keeping me at peace with this whole, NFL thing, kind of teaching me how to be a pro on and off the field. So a lot of credit goes to him and kind of the player and the man that I'm becoming day to day. Like I said, I give so much credit to the guy, kind of how he handles the adversity, the highs and the lows, playing quarterback is tough in this league, especially when you never really get the credit that you deserve, and then especially when you take all the blame when things don't go right. So just seeing how positive he's been throughout this entire situation, how he's embracing it and adapting to being here in New Orleans. I think this is going to be the place for him, where he'll shine for the rest of his career. And I think this is going to probably end up being his forever home.
No doubt about it. Listen, however somebody may feel about Derek Carr, he seems like a first class individual. I don't know him
Without a doubt.
personally, yeah, but just from a third party point of view, he seems like a stand up individual. So it sounds like he played a little role in the recruiting of you coming to the Saints, then, huh?
Oh yeah, of course. When he got to New Orleans, he was like, "Hey, baby, come on. It's home. Come on." So like I said, that played a vital role. But then also just calling it for what it is. Being with Derek for the last 4 years, I know one thing: he's going to score points. He's going to lead the team and put us in positions that we need to be. It was not his fault. In a lot of those cases where the past couple of seasons where we ranked 30 of plus in defense. And he's scoring 28 points per game. In my mind, if you score that many points, then you should win. So I knew he was going to end up in a situation where he inherited a good defense, and he got some weapons around him with Alvin and Jamal Williams, running the ball. We got a good rookie coming in from TCU. He got some good receivers, the tight end, Mike T. So it's a number of guys, Chris Olave. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he actually does here. I think it'll be a positive experience, and I think everything will work out in his favor.
Yeah, I know they've been kind of looking for some stability at the quarterback position, but let's shift gears on the defensive side. Now, obviously, you did know Derek Carr previously, but Brian Brisset, your first round pick, I don't think you knew. Have you gotten a early impression of that young man and what kind of impact he might make on the defense?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got to see him in practice early on, and he shows flashes of just being super versatile. Putting him on the inside of working around with a savvy veteran like Cam Jordan himself. I think the guy has the potential to do amazing things. Especially as big as he is, as fast as he is on the inside, he's going to create a lot of problems and mismatch issues for guards and things of that nature.
Well, I know a lot of Saints fans are going to be interested in his equation of the defense this upcoming year. But obviously, you, Derek, coming into this team, a team that's really ready to compete, and I think it was just missing a few pieces. What kind of are the team expectations, personal goals heading into training camp, Jonathan? Can you shed some light?
I mean, personal goals. I mean, my biggest thing is just trying to find a role in this team and see how I can help us win the most games possible and get us into the game where, we're playing on the last game of the season. That's ultimately the biggest goal, I think, for everybody in the building, because if you win, everything takes care of itself. So, I mean, I don't think anybody else is more so worried about the personal goal because, the personal take care of itself when the team wins.
Absolutely. All right. I know you got to get out of here. Last one. Anything else you're doing in the community, off the field? There's things that the listening audience at home should know about.
Stay tuned. I mean, I post things on my social. Looking forward to interacting with the New Orleans community, the Louisiana community, Mississippi, all the surrounding areas, who support New Orleans Saints. So just trying to do whatever I can and do my due diligence to give back. So I'll be doing a couple of things throughout the season through my foundation, through Jonathan's Journey for Better. So just trying to implement, school programs and things of that nature, give back for, single parents and just trying to do whatever I can do to help out.
Hey, well, we salute you, Jonathan, fresh off the USO NFL experience, something the NFL has been doing for over the past 50 years. Legends of the game giving back here. Ric Serritella, Jonathan Abram for Sports Illustrated. Keep it locked, everybody.